This was my first gaming mouse. Didn't even have a wheel, just some extra buttons for up and down. Pretty cool, right? And it had a ball. Optical sensors weren't a thing back then. Yeah, I'm pretty old. I was a teenager when I bought this. And it wasn't actually made for gaming. Now imagine you're back in those times. You're a gamer, you want gaming mice, but no one is making them. So you decide to try to make your own. That means you need a base to build from, a functioning design, factories to create the parts, distribution to actually get them in the hands of gamers, and a fair bit of time, money, and hope. Where would you even start? I mean, we could say the exact same thing right now. You want to make your own mouse? Go start a company. But where do you begin? The answer is with an idea. But it's more a rhetorical question, to really hit home just how hard it is to build a company that actually makes working products that people will want to buy. It's easy to sit back as a consumer and criticize everything the companies do, and it's good we do that. It helps them stay on a good path. I've definitely upset some people with the things I've said over the years, but it was tough love. However, I also want to take a moment just to appreciate what they do. Without all these amazing people working hard at these companies, we wouldn't have such awesome gaming mice now. So to everyone in the industry, a big thank you for your work. When I started this channel back in 2015, we only had a few mice to choose from. Now we have over 100 top tier mice, probably over 300 that are better than the ones we had, and it's because of you. As a player that gets very competitive, I did what I could with guiding the industry, but those were just ideas, a player's feedback. The companies were the ones actually creating these amazing products. But back to where it all began, back in 1999, before anyone had actually tried to make a gaming mouse. That's when we saw the release of the first one, for gamers, by gamers, the Boomslang, from the founders of Razer, Min Liang Tan, and the late Robert Krakoff. As gamers, they had a need for better equipment, and they decided to do something about it. This is not a mouse you would buy in 2026 for competitive gaming. Razer themselves have way better options, especially when you see how expensive it is. For that price, you could get a really good setup. Keyboard, mouse, pad, headphones, even a monitor. But if you know the history, you'll see why this mouse is one of the coolest, and worth the money for collectors. This is not a mouse to buy for gaming, it's a celebration of an idea, between friends who decided to follow a dream, and actually succeeded. It's a reminder that we all have to start somewhere. We will make mistakes, we will get things wrong, but we'll also get other things right, and we'll build on those. And maybe if we get enough right, we can turn our ideas into something special too. I would say most of us will never achieve anything near the success of Razer, but Razer could have failed too. There was no guarantee on success, but they found a way. So like them in those years, we just need to do the same. Keep building on ideas that work, correcting the ones that don't, and maybe, just maybe, we'll reach our dreams too. All we can do is try. All we can do is give ourselves a chance. I've seen what people have said about this mouse, but I don't care. Whenever I look at it, whenever I pick it up, I get inspired, even though I can't even grip it properly. It's huge, and I'm all about small mice. It really is about what it represents. As a mouse enthusiast, and someone who has had the privilege of designing their own mice, I love this. As Min's parents said to him, go out and try new things, and don't be afraid to fail. It's simple advice, but so important. How many of you right now are putting something off because you're afraid to fail? Even if it's something personal, like exercise and diet, trying to find a partner and go on dates, showing others your creative work, or going for a new job. Whatever it might be, all of us are guilty of chickening out, running from the pain, and just consoling ourselves with the unknown instead. It feels easier to never find out, but in the end, it's harder to accept that we didn't. If we never put ourselves out there, we will never have to deal with the pain of failure and loss, but we will also never know what it could have been. When you're 80 or 90 years old, are you going to be okay with that? Do you think you'll care what people would have said about you then? Or will you say, life is too short, I wish I had just tried? Just give yourself a chance. I know it's going to hurt, but give yourself a chance. To learn, to grow, to become. I've made millions of mistakes. I'm even making some now. That's okay. As I've said, I wasn't born perfect. Any positive thing you see in me is from getting a lot of things wrong and building on the things that I had right. This is a voiceover I'm just reading. Go back to my early videos. I'm not reading this part, this is ad-libbed. You'll hear that I've actually improved to make it sound more natural, but it took ages to work on this. That's years of experience. You have to start somewhere. This is not a mouse to use. It's a mouse to inspire, to celebrate 20 years of the modern era of Razer, and almost 30 years since its first release. It's a reminder that it all starts somewhere, even with all the mistakes, like putting the side buttons right where we grip the mouse, causing multiple accidental clicks. Or by making the button areas so big, it's impossible for most people to grip properly. The buttons are so long I can't even reach halfway down them. And even this one is over 100 grams. But it doesn't matter, despite all the design flaws. Razer went from an idea between friends to a global gaming giant, used by pros, loved by reviewers, and with a massive following of gamers all around the world. It's just so cool. These guys aren't randoms. They're just part of our community, who built something so big they now seem separate, but they're not. They're still gamers. They'll always be gamers. As I've said in my books, from the most humble beginnings come the greatest of endings. If you're a billionaire who makes another $1 million, no one cares. But if you're some nobody who makes $100,000, people want to know that story, because that's what life is about. The journey. As so many have said, it's not the beginning or end, it's the journey in between. So no matter where you're at in life, no matter how high the mountain seems, just start climbing it. Be as safe as possible, of course. Take food and water with you. Make sure you have a sense of direction. Don't get lost. Tell some friends where you're going, but get on that journey. Even I make the mistake of just feeling like I really should be so much further ahead. And as a bit of a perfectionist, my dreams become daunting, because I'm just like, how am I meant to reach all this? Why can't I just have more? Have I made too many mistakes? Like, am I too far gone? Did I miss the boat? But then I just remind myself that it's just part of the journey. It's the new journey. And to be thankful that I actually have a journey. I became financially secure a few years ago, and while it felt good, and I relaxed, I lost a lot of drive. That's when I realized that the journey is so much more important. I was actually at my best when achieving new goals. Like that $100,000 thing. Once you have it, it feels good, like it's great to have, don't get me wrong. But then you're worried about what happens when it runs out? What if it gets taken? What if you lose it somehow? But on the way to that 100,000, that's when you're probably going to be happiest. So even if you're just starting a journey now, try to embrace it. That's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to figure out where I'm actually meant to be going. Like, what do I do next? I spent a year just playing Apex Legends, which was fun, but I should have streamed it or something because I have nothing to really show for it. That's why I want to get back into making more content. It's not that I'm about money, it's that I want to create. I want to show that my time was actually worth something, that I've done something for the day or the week or the year. I want to be able to look back and know that I used my time wisely and that I'm actually on a journey and I can be happy about the things I make. I took a fair bit of time off to rewrite my first novel, which is available now if you want to go check it out. And for that, I'm so proud. I rewrote 150,000 words into 200,000 words and actually changed pretty much every line. That was a lot of work. It's very daunting writing a novel because you know it's most of your days gone. So you better be doing something that you love. Thankfully, I do love the story. So I'll be rewriting the second one, then writing the third, fourth, and fifth. This is part of my journey. I'm going to be making new music, also part of my journey. I want to find someone special and start a family. Again, part of the journey. I want to continue making videos, part of the journey. And I'll continue working on my health, exercising. I just ran 5 kilometers in 28 minutes and 48 seconds, and that's without actual training. That's just me living a healthy lifestyle for years and years and years. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I could make the 5 kilometers. The fact that I did it under 30 minutes, when I'm over 40 years old, I'm pretty proud, not gonna lie. But it just goes to show that I've got so much going on, but this is how I get happy every day. I can start out in a bad mood, work on my journey, know that I'm actually progressing, and I feel good by the end. The results don't matter that much. It's the fact that I actually got results. Right now I can do about 12 full-length pull-ups, which isn't bad, but I think I need to work on my strength. So I want to try get that to 20, and actually put on some more muscle too. I don't want to get super huge, I just want to be fit, healthy, and strong, because that's the journey I want to be on. That's when I feel my best, and that gives me the best chance in life, with everything. You don't need this mouse to inspire you. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I wanted this for personal reasons, because gaming mice are a huge part of my life, and Razer have been a huge part of that too. Not because they've given me any money, they never have, but they make great products, and their fanbase came to check out my reviews, and then supported me indirectly. So I helped them know if the products were right for them or not, and in return, they watched my videos, subscribed, used my affiliate links, whatever it might be. As long as I do this job properly, and always tell the truth about things, I know the community has my back. But if Razer didn't make such great products and get such a fan base, would they have heard of me? Would you have heard of me? Maybe not. And also, I kind of started this channel because of Razer, because I was playing on the Death Adder, and remember that I could play better before, back when I was using the Razer Diamondback. And I was just thinking, but why is that? That's when I thought maybe it's the size of the mouse. So I went out and bought a smaller mouse, and now this channel is almost 11 years old. So you don't need this mouse to inspire you, but I hope you can find similar inspiration. Just something to remind you to keep going. Take the suffering as it builds your character. Become the better, wiser version of you. Make your journey one worth living. Robert Krakoff isn't with us anymore, but his legacy lives on, through his family, his friends, Razer, and all his fans. You don't need to reach the level of success that he did, you just need to try. Not try to become a legend like him, but just to try. Be you. It's okay to fail. Just don't take it as a reason to stop. Try something new, learn, repeat. Don't be afraid to dream. You never know where it may lead. The Razer Boomslang, the first step in building an empire, and a reminder to give yourself a chance.